Hello, how are we doing tonight? Welcome. I was just a little bit getting all caught up. Let me know if I'm lagging a little. I was lagging a little just a second ago. So let me know if that is the case. Hopefully, you all can hear me fine. Um, and yeah, I am super excited to be working with you guys tonight because it is the first week, the first live stream of, I don't know, a long time, definitely of 2026, that we will be working together and I will not be writing. I will be editing. So I am going to do my first round of edits, what I call my read through, which is where I send my draft to my Kindle. There's a really easy way to do that in a Word document. So I shared to Kindle and I read and make notes on my Kindle. I don't touch the final document, I just make notes and on my Kindle using the highlight and note feature. And then once I finish reading it, I will go back through and make all of my changes in my final document based on the notes I make on my Kindle. And the reason I do the first round of edits this way is because by sending it to my Kindle, it eliminates me being able to make changes as I go. So I'm only in a reading mindset, not a writing mindset, which is nice. But also, it's something easy to take on the go. And it mimics the actual reader experience. And so by just binge reading, kind of how you might binge watch an episode, a TV show on Netflix, it means that the details are a little bit more clear in my brain because I am getting them all at a quicker rate than maybe like when I wrote it, because it took me several months to write the book. But if I can read the book within a week, it means everything's still fresh in my mind. And so it's a lot easier to catch inconsistencies in plot, which is mostly what I look for in the first round of editing. So that is what I will be working on tonight. I would love to know what you guys will be working on tonight as well. So I am just finishing posting that we are live to social media, to my Instagram here. That way people can come and join and come hang out. So let me know in the comments, what are we working on? I am working on my first round of editing, Taming the Beast tonight. I am starting at chapter 15. So I've already edited 14 chapters so far. Actually, I hadn't fully scheduled myself to start editing really until today. Was when I had originally set the date for myself. And I thought I'll just pick at it kind of as I go if I want to do that a little bit ahead of time. And here I am now, almost 15 chapters into the book. So editing is going really well. I'm very excited. And yeah, happy to keep the momentum going. So far, I am loving this book. I'm having the best time. I will say, though, tonight I am also a little bit tired. I am in kind of like a transition of things. I am getting back into distance running. If you are an OG Amy Prokopis fan, you may know that I used to be a distance runner. I would run half marathons. It was super fun. It was a way to center myself. It was great for my mind and my body. And I have not been consistent at all for like 4 years, really more like 5. It's been a lot closer to the time that I had my little boy. After that, I was really inconsistent about it. I would have spurts where I would have a few months where I would be like somewhat on the ball. And now I just feel generally really out of shape. And so I've been slowly getting back into it. And so this week has been one of those transition periods where I am starting to focus more on my physical health. And it has been great. I'm feeling better, but I'm also feeling still a little sluggish. So not to get like too terribly into it, I'm just figuring out where to balance things. And so I am tired today, guys. It has been kind of come and go. So honestly, I think the time in between our sprints is going to be shorter than normal chatting with you guys, and we'll be doing more time actually on the sprinting side this tonight editing. I also have not fully put my little guy to bed yet, so that is the next thing on my agenda. So before I even get into reading chapter 15, I need to take care of that and make sure that little man goes to bed, because tomorrow is a school day, as it probably is a work day or whatnot for all of you guys. So, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and we're going to move into the first of 3 sprints. If you are new here, we do 3 sprints every Sunday, 25 minutes each, and we chat about bookish updates and things in between. So if you have questions, drop them in the chat. Let me know what you're going to be doing tonight. Also, I would love to know. That is how things work here in Amy Prokopis world. So I'm going to put the timer up here. It will go off. So you're going to hear it beep when it counts down to 0. You will not hear anything else, though. I will not be playing music or anything. I like to play my own music and mood music when I write. And so I don't play any in my live streams, just so that you guys can set your own mood. So in a second, I'm going to mute myself and the video will be completely quiet other than when this timer goes off. So that's how things roll. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And here we go with sprint number 1 in 3, 2, 1, sprint. All right, that was perfect timing because I just finished reading chapter 15. So we are on to chapter 16 in the next sprint. I also got the little man down for bed tonight. Hello, welcome back. Yeah. So editing is going well. I already gave you guys kind of the update at the beginning of the live stream. Tonight I am editing Taming the Beast because I finished writing draft 1 earlier this week. I did not actually plan on sitting down and really starting to edit until today. I did allow myself to kind of pick at it earlier on, though. So now I am 15, as of right now, chapters into my edits of Taming the Beast. There are 43 chapters plus the epilogue, so like 44 more like total to work through. So we are getting there. I would say this is a really strong start for the week. Let me know if I'm buffering for you guys in the comment section. Yeah, because on my end, I'm buffering a little bit, but I think it might just be my computer being overloaded. So let me know if something looks off. Came in a bit late, didn't get any words in, just was looking through my manuscript to see what needs to be done. I feel ya. First one was kind of a, not refresher, just getting back into the swing of things for me as well. I did a lot of I did a lot of editing earlier today. So yeah, that's that. So the plan is reading through my draft of Taming the Beast. I want to finish my read through and making all of my notes this week. And then by this time next week, so by next Sunday, I want to have finished implementing my edits. So what I do is I send my draft, my Word document to my Kindle, and that way I cannot wear my writer hat and make changes to the document. I can just make notes and highlight stuff on my Kindle. Plus, it kind of mimics a normal like reader experience. So my plan is to finish this stage this week and also implementing all of my notes from my Kindle by this time next week, if not be finishing that during next week's live stream. And once I am finished with that, then I will start into writing book 2 in this duology. I updates that if you did not watch the vlog that you might have missed, after I finished writing the first draft, after I finished draft 1, I reached out to my editor asking about booking for editing for Taming the Beast. We set aside a date. It is April 6th is our start date. So I have all of this month basically to sit with this draft and finalize things and pick at it. So I've got a lot of time that I can still use to work on it. I don't think I will need that much time at all, but I do think it could be helpful to have a little bit of that time as I start this month into writing book 2. So I am going to get prepped for that this week also. That's really the biggest thing going on this week is finishing prep for writing book 2 and my first round of edits for book 1. So things are going well. Going really well. Stream looks fine. Okay, perfect. I think it must just be my computer, which is okay. I have kind of overloaded it today. I've done kind of a lot of different editing things, like a typical Sunday. There's a lot of prep and planning and graphic creation and stuff going on for marketing. Also, I have not actually done very much of my marketing today, so I may actually switch at some point here in a second between reading. So I may read chapter 16 with sprint number 2, and then with whatever extra time I have, I will do book marketing. So posting TikToks primarily. I think that will be my plan for sprint number 2. So I think that's what will do. I also dropped something a second ago. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find it. It's over here. Okay, so that is what I will do for sprint number 2. I will read chapter 16, and then with whatever extra time I have, I will work on posting my marketing material. That way that is done and I don't have to worry about that. I have been working through today figuring out some factors because I had a spike in sales today. It is March 1st. So some of me wonders if it's just because it's the first of the month thing and people have money to pay for their Kindle subscriptions or money to buy books or whatever it is, because I did have a spike as of today. I track my sales pretty like religiously, and I track them daily just so I can compare to the analytics as I go from my marketing posts, because I don't pay for marketing. I only do social media posts and like free stuff. And so I compare the analytics from what social media posts are doing well to my sales from the day. And I've been trying to figure out exactly what factors may have contributed to today's spike. So it could just be the first of the month thing. I do notice a lot of months where the first couple of months, first couple of days out of a month, things will trend really nicely. And I think that's also, that's got to be a factor. Um, Also, I guess I did have one reel on Instagram that did a couple thousand more views than I typically get on like a really good view count. So it could just be that I reached the right people and new people with that particular post. So I don't know. It could be a combination of all of those too, but it's fun to look at those things. That's why I try to look daily at a little bit of that because it helps inform moving forward what's working well for me. So I don't know. Okay. I don't think I have any other updates. Speaking of marketing stuff, I actually need to sit down and look at my spreadsheet, my planning spreadsheet for March of things that I should consider for marketing and what's doing well. So that is also something I need to do this week. First of the month are always a busy time for I think all of us. Definitely for me on the writer side of things. Okay, so we are going to move into sprint number 2. I am reading chapter 16 of Taming the Beast. So that is what I am focusing on with sprint number 2. I am not going to continue reading if I finish it. I'm going to finish chapter 16 and then I'm going to pivot to marketing. And that is what I will do with my extra time in sprint number 2. So hopefully we'll be able to get at least one thing posted. To do all of that and get one thing posted to TikTok, it would really help speed up my night, because if I don't, then I still will have to spend a little bit of time before I go to bed wrapping the marketing side of things up. So I would love if I could do at least 1 or 2 TikToks also at the end of the sprint. So best of luck to you and me. 25 minutes on the clock. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, sprint. All right. I read chapter 16. So I've got 2 down for the live stream. And I also got a pretty good amount of marketing, posting related things done. I only have a few of really only have a couple more posts and social media things to do. So I'm just about finished. I should be able to finish all of that before I even have to worry about like the nighttime routine and going to sleep. So I'm in a good spot. um, so we have one more sprint left. We will be going into chapter 17. So things are going really well. It's going to be a fun one. And I do have a little bit of an update for Curse of Wings. Not anything major, just that I am working ahead at getting some cover design elements finished for book 3. And also for book 4, there will be 4 in the series. And if you didn't know, I do most of my covers completely by myself these days. I took a Photoshop course, an author specific one online. I took one by Mandy Lynn. If you're familiar with her here on YouTube, she does some author related stuff, but she also has some courses through her own author platform because she also does cover designing as like a side business as a part of her author branding. So I took one of her courses about 2 years ago now ish. Maybe it was more like a year ago. And I used what I learned from there to do my own covers. So it was a really fun experience. I learned a lot. And so now I save some money towards production costs by doing my own covers, which is super nice. So that's good. However, I'm doing some of this prep work for book 3 and 4 because I would like to get some of that done early so that I can pause, like batch create it, so I can pause my Adobe subscription for Photoshop. That way I'm not paying for that during the months that I don't use it. So the plan is to just go ahead and mass do stuff because I also have pre-bought some credits through Deposit Photo, which is where I get some of my stock images. I have already paid for things for this calendar year. And so if I go ahead and batch do some of that stuff, it works out better all around because I don't have to worry about what doesn't roll over from Deposit Photo from what photos I didn't use. And I can pause the Adobe subscription. So I've been working on those kinds of edits, which is mostly the update for Curse of Wings. Not really a whole lot else coming on. I have had some very nice people recently in comments on social media asking about book 3. Book 3 is expected for this fall. I'm planning to do the duology first. So Taming the Beast and book 2, they will rapid release within like weeks of each other. So you can binge read it. And there's crossover within this book that I think is just fun. You don't have to read the duology before you read book 3 of Curse of Wings. You can just read through the Curse of Wings series if you wanted. I just like those details. I'm one of those people when I watch movies like a franchise, I really like the callbacks and I really like the Easter eggs and those hidden details that you only know if you've seen other things in reference. I love that kind of stuff. And so since a lot of my books are sort of woven into the same world, it's really fun to me to write that kind of stuff in. And so there are some things woven through this duology that I think will be really fun, especially going into book 3 of Curse of Wings. So again, it's not necessary for you to read, not necessary for you to read the duology before you read book 3 if you don't want to necessarily, but I just think it's fun. So that's really all of the update on Curse Wings. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having kind of a brain fog issue tonight. Yeah, which just kind of goes into just being tired. So I think that's really all I have for updates. And I think we should move into sprint number 3, our final sprint of the night. So like I said, brain fog. So we are going to do another 25 minutes, our final 25 minutes, and I'm going to follow the same method I did with sprint number 2 because that worked really well. So I am on chapter 17. So I'm going to read chapter 17, and with the extra time I have left over, I am going to use that time to finish up marketing. That way, when I'm finished here and we've wrapped up the live stream for the night, my plan is to pretty much crawl into bed. So that is the plan. We will talk after 25 minutes. We'll come back together. We'll talk about what I have planned for the week. It is the start of a month, and I need to do some of my own marketing planning for things March specific stuff going into that. I won't do all of that planning tonight because I am much too tired. So that is a plan for tomorrow. But we will talk about things to expect, things coming up, because of events in March. So we'll talk a little bit about what those are in 25 minutes, and then we will wrap up. So, all right, 25 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, sprint. Oh, righty. That's the end of the third sprint. I read chapter 17. Um, yeah, I am really pleased with that. I edited 3 chapters during the live stream. I think I had already done like 2, maybe 3 earlier today. So I'm in a really good spot, especially considering that I didn't even plan on really editing much of anything until today. So I am very, very pleased with that. I also finished all of my marketing just now and all of my social media posts, and I am very, very tired. So my plan is to get myself ready and go to bed. So hopefully, I will feel more energetic tomorrow. I will get really well rested and we will be ready to go because it is a work day tomorrow and Mondays are usually really full for me. So, yeah, it's going to be a busy one. So, as far as going into this next week, I am planning to finish reading through and making notes in my Kindle for Taming the Beast. And then I would like to at least have started a lot of implementing edits by the end of this week. So maybe either be finished implementing edits or finishing that on Sunday of next week. So the next live stream, maybe be finishing that part of the editing process. I've already got a date going with my professional editor, so I don't have to worry about fully polishing this book off to have it to my editor until closer to April. So I'm in a great spot. But I am planning to sit down and start writing on book 2 super, super soon, which is very exciting. So, fun things to come. Just went through my scene list, made my plans for tomorrow. I am glad that all of us are in a really good spot. And I hope today was a great jumping off point for the rest of the week, at least going into the work week. So hopefully you guys will also get a lot of rest tonight and you'll feel ready to go for the week. And yeah, I think we're all going to do some amazing, amazing things. You got this. All right. So that's all for me. Make sure to check the links below. Like and subscribe to this channel if you like this kind of content and want to come and write with me next week. Also, check out my social media and my books in the description box. There's also 10% off code for Conquering, which is my favorite fidget jewelry brand. These jewels are interchangeable. You can change them out. They have so many to choose from. You can get rings, bangles, necklaces, earrings, all kinds of things. I adore them. And you can get 10% off when you use my affiliate code below. Definitely check out Conquering. I love them so, so much. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And I will see you guys next time. Read books, be kind. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.